Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about story. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Set to return, here's Raheem Mostert. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 114 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up. Young will set to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
The numbers for Green a week ago, 19 carries, 76 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game, so expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Freeman. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The completion there for the reigning MVP. And Charles, even though he's slip-sliding towards 40, it is certainly a tough task to ask a defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But what can they at least try to do to slow him down? I think for him is take advantage of the few opportunities he gives you. He's not going to throw very many interceptions, so if you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, you better take it. But if you can get him off the field on third down, that is a huge one. Be able to blanket receivers, knock the ball free, but get off the field, because the longer that drive goes, he's going to put it in the end zone. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. Let's see who this is on. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly. It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right, because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge. From the 35 on second down, Rodgers throwing the out route and complete. That's Freeman. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. On third down, Green. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs. And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now. It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. It's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made. And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. And Crosby puts it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though. Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out. And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy. You do. Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us. Well, you went and now they have that opportunity. No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, it's Gore. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. On the completion, Frank Gore. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gore. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Young from the shotgun. He's got Gore. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. On play action, Young. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and goal, Gore. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Young. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Young. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And this a 39-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
On 1st down, Green. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Rodgers. Gets it off to Freeman. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And it'll be 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle, catch made by Driver. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got Green. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. Green flexing his muscle. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners 21. On 3rd down. Green, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. Rodgers going to throw. Green with a catch left side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Crosby is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The 49ers offense now. They worked their way back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Young now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Young to throw it. They go with a screen to Gore. And he'll be out right at the 35. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football. A really nice pickup.
Here's It's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the punt, 7-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Green brings it in. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Young. Throw outside, completion to Rice. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a 1st down throw for Young. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Owens. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Young now from the 50. He dumps this off underneath the goal. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. This is caught. It's Crabtree. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Young on 1st down. They'll be caught by Rice. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To the air once more, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what next we head off to check out another for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the 1st half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the 1st half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's caught by Jennings. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. The other team and put points on the board. Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Green. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young, and this is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Young. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On play action, now Rodgers. This is hauled in by Driver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. On 1st down, it's Green. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Green. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Rodgers. Buying time to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. A run right side. It's Gore. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run. It's Gore.
And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as he gets this up past the 30.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Gore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Gore. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Young. There's a nice move. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here is Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Young working out of the gun.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
On 1st down, Green. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Rodgers now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. looking there on 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Nick Bosa had an outstanding freshman campaign in 2019 with a 9-sack season and was named Defensive Rookie of the Year. Went down with a knee injury in Week 2 last year, and the Niners' fortunes seemed to sag right along with it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
1st and 10, Young. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Owens. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Young looks to throw on first down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Young.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Niners on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Young from the shotgun.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
One score down. Here we go.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now another carry here tonight for Gore. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 3, 2nd down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Another carry now for Gore. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So it's 1st and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are a point away from leading this game. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do.
Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now Rodgers in the pack, down 10-9, just over a minute 40 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Pass complete to Green. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that's complete. It's Green here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back to throw, Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now Rodgers, got to have this one. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Young's going to take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for San Francisco, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.